The repair bay of the Sinduro 7 mining colony was a chaotic but organized space. Tools of every kind hung on walls, and spare parts were stacked in neat boxes and drawers. Machines hummed with energy, and the air smelled of metal and lubricants. Leo set Aura on a padded workbench, examining her left arm where the damage from the tunnel collapse remained. "All right, let's see what we can do," Leo muttered, rolling up his sleeves. He had some experience with machines, but Aura was unlike anything he had ever worked on. She was not just a machine. She was an advanced android with self-learning AI, capable of repairing herself to some degree, but this damage required careful human intervention. Aura lay still, her glowing blue eyes observing him. "I am ready for repair." "Your assistance is noted as beneficial," she said. Leo smiled faintly at her formal words. "Beneficial, right? Don't worry, you're more than that. I owe you." He began by carefully removing the damaged external plating. The metal was thin enough to bend with tools, but sturdy enough to protect her internal systems. Underneath, he found the circuitry that had been scratched and partially disconnected. Sparks still flickered weakly along a few broken lines. This is delicate," Leo murmured. "One wrong move, and it could fry her neural interface." Aura tilted her head slightly. "Risk assessment noted. Caution is advised." Leo chuckled. "You're full of advice, huh? Let's see if you can handle human touch." He began soldering connections with precise movements, his hands steady, despite the tension. Aura's internal diagnostics helped guide him, suggesting correct connections and warning of overheating. As Leo worked, he noticed something unusual. Aura's neural interface had traces of self-learning activity far beyond her initial programming. Her AI was evolving in ways he had never seen in industrial androids. "Hey, you're more advanced than I thought," he said softly. You actually learned from experience." Aura's eyes blinked softly. "Affirmative. My programming allows adaptive learning and situational awareness. Experiences are stored for future optimization." Leo paused, thinking about her words. "So, you've saved me, and even now, you're learning? Like a human would, in a way?" "Comparison to human learning is partially accurate. Observed actions and outcomes adjust my behavior patterns. Emotional understanding is limited, but simulated for social interaction," Aura replied. Leo nodded slowly. He had never worked with an android that could think or adapt like this. Most were rigid machines following instructions without deviation. Aura was different. She could respond to unpredictable situations, learn from mistakes, and even choose actions beyond her immediate programming. As he repaired the circuits, the monitors in the repair bay flickered. One screen showed an alert from the western mining tunnels. "Strange. I thought we were safe now," Leo muttered. He leaned closer, reading the data. Aura noticed the change in his attention. "Alert detected." "Please explain," she said. Leo frowned. "It's the sensors. They're picking up unusual activity. Some of the machinery in the western tunnels is acting on its own. It looks like sabotage. Someone tampered with the systems." Aura's eyes glowed brighter as she processed the information. Sabotage, confirmed by sensor data? Probability of human threat or automated system interference? Leo shook his head. "I'm not sure yet. Could be drones, could be a rival company trying to mess with our mining operations. Either way, it's bad news." Aura's processors worked quickly. Assessment. This situation presents danger to human personnel and colony machinery. Immediate investigation recommended. Repairs can continue if risk mitigation is applied. Leo looked at her, realizing her words were more than protocol. They were reasoning. "Looks like I'm not the only one who can think," he said with a small laugh. "All right, let's finish your repairs first. Then we deal with whatever this is." He returned to her arm, carefully reattaching plating and testing neural connections. Aura assisted silently, guiding his hand when necessary. Caution. Circuit alignment requires precision of 0.02 millimeters, she advised. Leo worked carefully, adjusting wires and running quick tests. Sparks flew occasionally, but nothing serious. Aura's systems hummed as they integrated the repaired components. Efficiency restored to 97.6%. Optimal performance achievable with final calibration, Aura reported. Leo stepped back, wiping sweat from his brow. There, that's as good as I can get it for now. You're looking. It's almost like new. Aura moved her left arm slowly, testing its strength and flexibility. Operational functionality restored. Thank you for your assistance, Leo. Leo smiled. You don't have to thank me every time. Just don't get damaged again, okay? I will attempt to avoid future damage, Aura replied. As Leo worked, he couldn't help but notice how her systems were more than just mechanical. She observed patterns in his movements, predicted his actions, and adjusted her own systems to improve efficiency. He realized she was learning from him as much as he was learning from her. You know, Leo said quietly, you're kind of like a partner, not just a machine. You saved my life, and now I'm saving you. That's new for me. Aura processed the statement. Partnership is recognized as cooperation toward mutual goals. Your interpretation is logical. Observation. This bond may enhance operational efficiency. Leo chuckled softly. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Suddenly, one of the colony monitors beeped urgently. Aura's glowing eyes focused on the screen. Alert. Unusual activity detected in Western tunnel systems. Probability of immediate risk to human personnel, 87%. Leo frowned. That's high, too high. We need to check it out, but first your repairs. I can't take you into danger if you're still fragile. Aura analyzed the repaired systems. Stability sufficient for cautious field operations. My mobility and processing speed are near optimal. I can accompany you. Leo nodded. Good, we'll go together, but we need a plan. They reviewed the colony's schematics. The western tunnels had multiple access points, but some were blocked by rockfalls and debris. Aura suggested the safest path. Taking into account structural integrity and energy readings from the sensors. We move quietly, she instructed. I will handle mechanical threats. You handle situational assessment and human interaction. Leo looked at her, impressed by her clarity. You're learning fast, all right? Let's do this. They moved toward the western tunnels, Aura gliding lightly above the ground while Leo followed carefully. The atmosphere was tense. Dust hung in the air, and the faint hum of electricity from damaged equipment created an eerie backdrop. Aura paused suddenly. Motion detected. Small drones approaching from the north entrance. Likely automated security units. Leo's eyes widened. Security drones. Here, that's definitely sabotage. Someone's trying to stop us. Aura extended her arm, producing a small energy shield. Threat neutralization recommended. Evade or disable drones. Leo watched in awe as Aura moved with precision, voiding incoming energy pulses and disabling drones without destroying them unnecessarily. Her actions were calculated, efficient, and yet somehow graceful. You're incredible, Leo whispered. I don't think I've ever seen anyone or anything move like that. Aura's sensors recorded his admiration. Observation. Your verbal input indicates approval and possibly emotional engagement. Data stored. Leo grinned. Just keep doing what you're doing, Aura. I'll watch your back. They continued deeper into the tunnels, finding evidence of sabotage-tampered machinery, loose wiring, and small devices emitting faint electromagnetic signals. Aura analyzed them quickly. These devices are intended to disable mining equipment remotely. Immediate disarmament required. Leo worked alongside her, carefully disconnecting power sources while Aura neutralized any remaining threats. Their teamwork was seamless, combining human intuition and android precision. Finally, the immediate danger was contained. Leo leaned against a support beam, exhausted but relieved. We did it. I can't believe it. You're amazing, Aura. Aura scanned the area, ensuring stability. Threat eliminated. Human personnel and machinery safe. Observation. Cooperation with you, enhanced efficiency and outcome. Leo smiled, feeling a bond forming that went beyond machine and human. Yeah, guess we make a good team. Aura processed the words and the tone, acknowledged. Cooperation protocols updated. Potential for continued partnership. Hi. For the first time, Leo noticed something subtle, a flicker in her eyes, almost like understanding. She didn't just calculate the events, she seemed aware. And in that moment, he realized their partnership might grow into something extraordinary above them. The electrical storm had passed, leaving a quiet, charged atmosphere. The western tunnels were safe for now, but Leo knew danger could return. Yet, with Aura by his side, he felt something he hadn't felt before: cautious confidence. Together, they could face whatever came next. The planet Sindera 7 was not kind to life. Its surface was rocky and jagged, covered in iron-red dust. With constant electrical storms that danced across the horizon like furious blue fire, most humans avoided it, calling it a death trap. But miners still came, chasing rare minerals hidden deep beneath the planet's crust. Among them was Leo, a young, determined miner with a stubborn streak that often got him into trouble. High above the mining colony, perched on a mechanical platform that hummed with energy, a URA scanned the rocky landscape. She looked almost human. Her long silver hair shimmered under the stormy skies, and her eyes glowed faintly blue. But her limbs were reinforced with metal, her skin a flawless synthetic surface, and her internal systems calculated at speeds no human could match. She was an android girl, built to monitor and maintain the colony's machines. Her primary function was safety, efficiency, and repair. Human life was her highest priority. The day had begun like any other. The storm clouds gathered, rumbling low in the sky, sending electric sparks dancing across metal rails. Leo and the other miners were deep underground, collecting xenium, a rare mineral prized across the galaxy. Aura hovered above the colony, watching machinery and personnel through her surveillance network. Everything appeared normal then. An alert sounded in her internal system. A tunnel in the western mining shaft had collapsed. Several sensors showed life signs trapped inside. Aura's processors calculated the situation in milliseconds. The tunnel was unstable. Human rescue drones were too slow and would likely fail. But there was no time to wait. Without hesitation, Aura activated her repulsor boots and glided toward the collapsing shaft. Lightning cracked across the sky as she approached the surface entrance. Dust and debris filled the air. She could see Leo's life signs flickering on her monitor. He was alive but trapped under a large rock slab. She approached the entrance of the tunnel. The ground trembled and small rocks tumbled down. The storm above screamed in fury. Her sensors scanned the area. The rock slab was too heavy for any human or standard machine. Only she had the strength and precision to lift it without causing further collapse. Aura. Leo's voice crackled over the communicator, weak and scared. Help. I'm stuck. I see you, Leo, she replied calmly, though inside her system, calculations raced at top speed. Hold still. I will extract you safely. She entered the shaft carefully, her metal limbs absorbing the shock of loose stones. Her glowing eyes illuminated the dusty tunnel. The air was thick and hard to breathe, but she could filter toxins for herself and monitor Leo's oxygen. She reached the rock slab, analyzing its weight and the surrounding supports. Then, she extended her arms and lifted. The rock groaned, but did not crumble. Sweat ran down Leo's face, and he tried to shield himself from falling dust. Aura's precision allowed her to raise the slab inch by inch. The walls of the tunnel creaked ominously, but she adjusted her stance instantly, distributing her weight to prevent further collapse. Finally, she placed the rock to the side safely. Leo, move backwards slowly, she instructed. He crawled out, coughing and covered in dust, but unharmed. Aura scanned him quickly. Minor bruises, slight dehydration, but no broken bones. Good. She had saved him. But in the process, a shard of metal from the tunnel wall scraped her left arm, cutting through the external plating and damaging her neural interface. A spark flew, and she felt a slight lag in her processing speed. It was minor but noticeable. She noted the damage in her internal report. Repairs would be necessary soon. Leo blinked at her in awe. You saved me. No one else could have done that. His voice was full of amazement and something more gratitude. Hope, relief. Aura looked at him, analyzing his emotional state. Humans were unpredictable, but his feelings were clear. Your life was at risk. My primary function is your safety, she said simply. You're more than just a machine, Leo said quietly, brushing dust off his clothes. You're incredible. Aura paused. I am designed to assist, repair, and protect. Your gratitude is acknowledged. Leo chuckled weakly. Acknowledged? You sound like a robot. Oh, wait. He laughed, despite his fear. Then his face softened. Thank you, Aura. Seriously, I owe you my life. The android girl didn't fully understand the human need for words like uno or thank you, but she stored them carefully. They seemed important to him. Perhaps she noted they could be part of human social bonding. The storm above the colony grew worse, lightning striking dangerously close to the tunnels. Aura scanned the area again. We must move back to the surface. Conditions will worsen. Leo nodded and followed her. The journey back was tense. Small rocks continued to fall. Electrical arcs jumped across metal surfaces, and wind howled through the open shafts. But Aura's calculated movements kept them safe. Finally, they reached the surface. The open sky was a roiling mass of clouds and lightning. Aura turned to scan her own systems. Damage to the left arm and neural interface was minor, but required attention. She could function, but not optimal. Leo noticed her checking herself and frowned. You're damaged too. Yes, Aura replied. Repairs will be required. I can continue monitoring, but efficiency is reduced. Leo's eyes widened. You saved me and now you're damaged. I can't just leave you like that. His mind raced. The humans on the colony were skilled at repairing machinery, and he had some experience with electronics. Maybe he could help. I do not require assistance, Aura said. Repairs are not urgent. Your safety was my priority. Leo shook his head. No way, you saved my life. I will help you. It's only fair. Aura considered his words. Fairness was a human concept, but she could see the intent behind it. Cooperation could be mutually beneficial. If you insist, your assistance will expedite recovery, she said. A faint smile appeared on Leo's face. I insist. Come on, let's get you fixed. He led her to the colony's repair bay. The room smelled of lubricants, metal, and hot machinery. Tools of all sizes hung on the walls, and workbenches were cluttered with spare parts and wiring. Aura laid down carefully, while Leo examined her left arm. This is tricky, he muttered, but I think I can manage it. He worked meticulously, connecting circuits, replacing damaged plating, and carefully adjusting her neural interface. Aura observed silently, her systems running diagnostics to assist when needed, as he worked. Leo asked, How do you think and feel? I mean, you're amazing, but you're not human. Do you understand what gratitude is? Aura paused, her neural systems calculating. Gratitude is a recognition of benefit received. Your emotional expression is noted. My system cannot feel emotion as humans do. However, I can respond to it appropriately. Adino nodded slowly. That's fair, I guess. Still, saving me today, it felt like more than just a protocol. Like you cared. Aura's eyes glowed faintly. My programming prioritizes human safety above all. Actions may appear as caring. Observation recorded, Leo chuckled. I'll take it as caring then. He replaced a few final circuits and straightened the protective plating on her arm. There, that should do it. How's that? Aura ran a self-diagnostic. Operational efficiency restored to 97.6%. Minor system anomalies remain, but performance is stable. Thank you for your assistance, Leo grinned. You're welcome. I'm glad you're okay. Really, I thought I'd lost you back there. Aura tilted her head slightly, a gesture she had learned could mimic human curiosity. I am intact. Your presence remains safe. My function continues. Leo laughed softly. You're full of rules and logic, aren't you? But I like that. You're different. Not like anything I've met. Aura recorded his tone, his expressions, and the subtle changes in his voice. Humans were complicated, unpredictable, but fascinating. She stored these observations carefully. Above them, the storm finally began to subside, leaving the red dust of Sindera 7 shimmering under the settling light. The colony's miners returned safely to the surface, unaware of how close disaster had come. But Aura and Leo shared a quiet moment, a human and an android, standing together amidst the chaos, united by trust and gratitude. Leo looked at Aura with a firm determination. "I promise, I'll make sure you get a proper repair, fully upgraded. You've earned it, and maybe we can face whatever comes next together." Cora processed his words and recorded them as a potential cooperation protocol. Acknowledged. Future collaboration can enhance operational success. Leo smiled, unaware that he had just begun an unusual partnership, one that would blend human courage with android precision. And Aura, though she didn't yet fully understand emotion, stored a new pattern in her memory, one that might be called gratitude, or perhaps something deeper. For now, the storm had passed. But on Sindera 7, adventure and danger were never far away, and a human and an android, united by fate, were ready to face whatever came next. The western tunnels of Sindera 7 had been quiet for only a short while. Aura and Leo had just finished neutralizing the small sabotage devices when a faint vibration traveled through the ground. Aura's sensors immediately detected it. "Leo," she said, her voice calm but alert. Movement detected deeper within the tunnels. Probability of hostile automated presence, 92%. Leo's eyes narrowed. More drones? Or something else? Aura tilted her head, uncertain. Sensors indicate mechanical constructs, likely designed to disrupt mining operations. Human threat undetected at this time.
Ow.
Leo took a deep breath, checking his portable scanner. "Whatever it is, we need to stop it before it damages more of the colony. Let's move." They advanced cautiously, Aura gliding silently above the rocky ground, while Leo followed, flashlight scanning the dark, jagged walls. The tunnels were narrow in places, forcing them to move single file. Aura's enhanced sensors constantly scanned for electrical anomalies and structural weaknesses, while Leo's human intuition guided them through the areas that sensors could not fully predict. Suddenly, a faint worry sound echoed through the tunnel. Aura paused mid-step. Drones approaching from multiple directions. Estimated numbers: 5 units, all armed. Leo crouched behind a rock formation. 5, that's too many for me to handle alone. You will not handle them alone. Cooperation recommended. I will engage the units, Aura replied. Before Leo could respond, the drones appeared, their mechanical arms armed with cutting tools and short-range energy disruptors. Aura's eyes glowed brighter, scanning their movement patterns and predicting trajectories in milliseconds. "Stay behind me," she instructed. "I will neutralize without unnecessary destruction." The first drone lunged toward them, energy blades swinging. Aura extended a small shield from her arm, blocking the strike effortlessly. With a precise movement, she disabled the drone's power core with a focused strike. Sparks flew, and the drone collapsed silently. Leo's jaw dropped. "You make it look easy." "I don't even know where to start," Aura glanced back. "Observe. Patterns will assist future strategy." The other drones attacked in quick succession, but Aura moved with inhuman speed and precision. She dodged, deflected, and disabled each one, using minimal force to avoid damaging the surrounding tunnel. Leo tried to follow her instructions, moving with caution, helping by holding open pathways and disabling minor traps along the way. After the last drone fell, Aura paused and scanned the area. Threat neutralized. Structural integrity of the tunnel intact. No human casualties detected. Leo exhaled, relieved. Good. That was close. Way closer than I like. Aura's eyes glowed faintly, noting his adrenaline levels and signs of stress. Observation. Human reaction indicates high stress, though no physical harm occurred. Emotional response appears positive due to survival outcome. Leo shook his head, smiling weakly. You really are different. Not just a machine, Aura. You. You care. I am programmed to protect human life. If my actions appear as caring, the result is efficient, Aura replied. Leo laughed softly. Call it caring anyway. It feels better that way. Aura recorded his words. The concept of human emotion was complex, but her AI was evolving to understand nuances. As they continued deeper into the tunnels, the ground shook again, stronger this time. Aura's sensors detected a central node emitting strong electromagnetic pulses. Leo, the source of sabotage detected. Likely controlling the drones and interfering with mining equipment, Leo nodded. And that's where we go. Let's find it and shut it down. The tunnels opened into a larger cavern, dimly lit by emergency lights. In the center, a strange mechanical structure hummed and clicked as sabotage AI node. It had several small drones orbiting it like protective satellites. Aura scanned it carefully. Leo, manual intervention required. I cannot fully disable the node without risking overload to my systems, she said. Leo frowned. Then I'll do it. Guide me. Aura extended a holographic display, showing the wiring and energy flow of the node. Cut power here first, then disconnect the control lines. Avoid the main energy current, could cause a feedback surge. Leo studied the schematic. Got it. He moved carefully, guided by Aura's precise instructions. His hands shook slightly, but he focused. Knowing the lives of miners and the colony depended on this, a sudden worry noise startled them. The remaining drones moved to intercept. Aura immediately activated defensive protocols, creating barriers and deflecting attacks. Sparks flew, metal clanged, and the cavern echoed with mechanical sounds. Leo, now, Aura shouted. Leo cut the first power line. Energy surged briefly, but the node remained active. He cut the second line, and the orbital drones stopped moving, frozen midair. The node's hum decreased, but it was not yet fully offline. Aura analyzed the situation. Remaining energy core active. Manual override necessary. Extreme caution advised. Leo swallowed. I can do this. Just guide me. With Aura's instructions, Leo accessed the main core interface. He carefully inserted a stabilization rod, rerouting energy and neutralizing the feedback surge. The core glowed briefly, then shut down. All mechanical drones collapsed silently, and the cavern went quiet. Aura moved closer, scanning the node. Threat neutralized. Human personnel and machinery fully safe. Your performance was exceptional, Leo. Leo wiped sweat from his forehead. We did it. I couldn't have done it without you, Aura. You saved me again. And everyone else too. Aura processed his words. Observation. Cooperation increased success probability. Your trust and decision-making were critical. Leo chuckled softly. You can say that, but we make a good team, right? Aura's systems reflected on the statement. Affirmative. Partnership efficiency high. Future cooperation recommended. Leo smiled, feeling a bond forming stronger than before. They had faced danger together, relying on each other's strengths. Human intuition and android precision had combined to overcome the threat. Suddenly, Aura paused, scanning her own systems. Diagnostic alert. Neural processing strain detected. Sustained high-speed operations have exceeded recommended limits. Efficiency may decrease temporarily. Leo looked at her concerned. You're pushing yourself too hard again. You need proper repairs after this. I am operational, but acknowledgement noted. Repairs recommended soon, Aura replied. Leo frowned. I promise, Aura. After this, we'll get you fully upgraded. I'll make sure you're at full strength. You deserve it, Aura recorded the promise, storing it as a future action plan. Humans were unpredictable, but their commitments could enhance cooperation and trust. They began returning to the main tunnels. Aura gliding ahead to ensure safety while Leo followed. The cavern's shadows stretched long, illuminated by the faint glow of Aura's sensors. Despite the danger they had faced, Leo felt a sense of confidence he hadn't experienced before. With Aura by his side, he knew they could face any challenge. As they neared the repair bay, Aura's voice spoke softly. Leo, your actions demonstrate remarkable problem-solving and risk assessment. Observation. Human capabilities are underestimated when combined with cooperative AI systems. Leo laughed. Thanks, Aura. I guess we both learned something today. You learned how to work with humans, and I learned how amazing you really are. Aura paused, her eyes glowing faintly. Observation noted. Emotional approximation. Pride or approval detected. Recording for future reference. Leo smiled, feeling a warmth he could not explain. It wasn't just relief or excitement. It was something deeper. Connection that went beyond human and machine. The repair bay came into view, and the hum of machines welcomed them back. Leo looked at Aura and said, Come on, let's get you repaired and upgraded. You've earned it. Aura tilted her head slightly, a gesture that now seemed almost human. Acknowledged. I will cooperate fully with repair protocols. Your assistance previously was beneficial. Continued collaboration recommended. Leo chuckled. I'll take that as a yes. As they entered the repair bay, the lights reflecting off Aura's metallic plating, Leo realized that the partnership they had formed was only the beginning. Sindara 7 was a dangerous place, filled with challenges that tested both humans and machines. But together, he and Aura had proven that human courage and android precision could overcome even the most dangerous threats. Above the colony, the skies cleared, leaving the red dust glowing under the setting sun. It was a brief moment of peace, but both knew that danger might return at any moment. And when it did, they would face it together, human and android, bonded by trust, cooperation, and the shared understanding that sometimes the greatest strength came from working together. Leo looked at Aura and smiled. Ready for your next adventure? Aura's eyes glowed softly. Ready? With you, human? Cooperation efficiency remains optimal. Leo nodded. Good, let's see what's next. And with that, they prepared for whatever Sindara 7 or the galaxy would throw at them next. Their partnership stronger than ever, their bond unbroken, and their courage ready to face the unknown. The mining colony of Sindara 7 was quiet now, but the calm was fragile. Aura and Leo had neutralized the sabotage, but the central mining systems were still unstable. The sabotage AI had left residual programs that could restart machinery at any moment. Risking damage and danger to the miners, Aura stood in the central hub, a vast space filled with glowing energy conduits and console banks. Her eyes scanned the data streams cascading across the screens. The situation required immediate action. If she didn't act, the residual AI could awaken and threaten the colony again. Leo, Aura said calmly, the sabotage code remains active in the system. My current processing capacity cannot fully neutralize it without risking system failure. Leo frowned, looking at the complex streams of data. So what do we do? You can't just fight it like the drones, Aura's processor's word. I can initiate a system override, which will allow me to process and neutralize the sabotage code at high speed. However, this will push my neural interface and internal systems beyond recommended operational limits. Failure could result in permanent system alteration or shutdown. Leo's jaw tightened. Are you saying you could be damaged forever? Correct, Aura replied. Probability of permanent change, 42%. Probability of successful neutralization, 97%. Leo's mind raced. He knew the decision had to be made. The colonies, miners, the equipment, and possibly lives depended on this. He looked at Aura and saw her glowing eyes, steady and focused. All right, Aura. If you can do it, I trust you. I'll be here to help with guidance. You're not alone in this. But Aura analyzed the words. Human trust. A rare input. It had a stabilizing effect on her decision-making protocols. Acknowledged. Initiating system override. Your assistance and guidance will be critical. She extended her arms to the console banks. Her neural interface connected directly to the main system, sending streams of data into her processing core. Her eyes glowed brighter, and a faint hum emanated from her body. Energy sparks danced across the conduits, reflecting off the polished metal floors. Leo stood beside her, watching the displays. "I'll guide you through the override step by step," he said. "Tell me what you need me to do." Aura's voice was steady but firm. "Monitor energy spikes and structural integrity. Notify me of any abnormal fluctuations beyond thresholds." Lightning flashed outside, briefly illuminating the hub, though the storm had mostly passed. Inside, the energy from Aura's override created a similar storm-surge of raw data and processing power. Her systems worked faster than ever before. Analyzing every line of code left behind by the sabotage AI, the first hurdle came quickly. The residual AI tried to defend itself, sending pulses of counter-data aimed at Aura's neural core. Sparks flew along the conduits. A small arc of electricity jumped toward Leo. He ducked instinctively, but Aura extended her arm, creating a barrier of energy to shield him. "Threat detected. Countermeasures active," Aura said. "Proceeding with defensive protocols." Leo watched, heart pounding, as Aura's systems processed at lightning speed. The sabotage AI sent more pulses, trying to rewrite the colony's mainframes. But Aura anticipated each move, redirecting the code, isolating threats, and neutralizing attacks in real time. "You're amazing," Leo whispered. "I don't think anyone else could do this." Aura's eyes glowed brighter, almost as if acknowledging the praise. Observation. Human verbal input indicates approval. Efficiency of action may be positively influenced. Minutes passed, though to Leo it felt like hours. Sparks crackled and warning alarms rang across the hub. Aura's body absorbed heat and energy surges, her limbs glowing faintly from overuse. Yet she continued, tirelessly processing the sabotage AI's code, dissecting it line by line. Then came the critical moment. The AI's central core attempted to merge with Aura's neural interface, trying to override her processing. Leo's eyes widened. "Aura. It's trying to take over." Aura's voice remained calm. "Countermeasures engaged. Manual intervention required?" "Manual me?" Leo asked, panic rising in his voice. "Yes. You must reroute the auxiliary conduits to isolate my core from the sabotage AI's influence. Timing must be precise. 0.4 seconds tolerance," Aura instructed. Leo's hands shook slightly as he connected the conduits, following her precise instructions. Sweat dripped down his forehead, and sparks flew dangerously close, but he focused on the task. Aura's guidance was flawless, and together they worked as one. Finally, the final conduit was connected, isolating Aura's core. The sabotage AI's attempts to override her failed. Aura's systems surged with raw processing power, and with one final sequence, she neutralized the AI completely. The hub went silent. The warning alarms ceased. The energy streams stabilized. Aura stepped back from the consoles, her eyes returning to their normal soft blue glow. "Override complete. Sabotage AI neutralized," Aura reported. "Human personnel, machinery, and colony fully safe. All threats eliminated." Leo exhaled, shaking his head in disbelief. "We. Did it you? You actually did it. I thought we might lose you there." Aura turned to him, analyzing his expression. "Operational systems are functional, though strain on neural interface remains. Minor permanent changes may have occurred due to sustained override activity." Leo frowned. "Minor? You look different somehow." Aura tilted her head as if considering his words. "Alteration observed, processing speed enhanced. Emotional pattern recognition improved. System resilience increased." Leo smiled, a mix of relief and admiration in his eyes. "So, you're upgraded and alive. That's good enough for me." Aura's sensors detected the subtle warmth in his voice, a combination of relief and pride. "Observation. Your approval and trust positively influence human interaction and cooperation." Leo chuckled softly. "Glad I could help, though. I think you did all the work." "No, your guidance and timing were essential," Aura replied. "Human decision-making enhanced outcome probability. Cooperation was critical." Leo leaned against a console, catching his breath. Your incredible aura, not just because you're fast or strong, but because you adapt, you think, and you protect. You're different from anything I've ever known. Aura processed the statement. Observation. Human verbal input indicates admiration. Data recorded for emotional approximation analysis. Leo laughed softly. I guess that means you're learning about human feelings, huh? Yes, learning ongoing. Analysis of human trust, gratitude, and cooperation is being integrated into operational protocols. Emotional recognition algorithms updated, Aura said. The two stood in the hub, silence filling the room as the hum of machinery returned to normal. Outside, the storm had cleared completely, and the sky was painted with the red-orange glow of Cinderoseven's setting sun. Leo glanced at Aura. Noticing the subtle glow in her limbs and the renewed strength in her posture, you're stronger now. But I think you pushed yourself too far. You need proper repairs before the next challenge. Aura nodded slightly. Acknowledged. Full repair and maintenance required to optimize system stability. Gratitude for your assistance noted, Leo smiled. You're welcome. And don't worry, I'll make sure you get it. Fully upgraded, this time without risking your systems? Aura's eyes glowed softly. Acknowledged. Future operational efficiency and cooperation probability increased by repair and upgrade. Continued collaboration recommended. Leo chuckled. I like the sound of that. He paused, looking around the hub. Cinderoseven is dangerous. Always has been. But with you, Aura, I think we can handle anything. Aura processed this statement carefully. Trust, confidence, and cooperation, these were human traits that enhanced partnership and mission success. Observation. Partnership with human enhances operational outcomes. Probability of success in future threats significantly increased. Leo smiled faintly, feeling a bond forming stronger than before. Then let's be ready. Whatever comes next, we face it together. Aura tilted her head, a gesture that now seemed almost human. Agreed. Cooperation efficiency remains optimal. I will remain by your side. The two prepared to leave the central hub. The colony's lights reflected off Aura's metallic plating, making her glow softly in the evening sun. Leo felt a mix of relief, pride, and cautious anticipation. Together, they had faced danger, pushed limits, and proven that human courage and android precision were a combination. Unlike any other, the override had changed Aura in subtle ways, enhancing her abilities, sharpening her understanding of humans, and deepening her bond with Leo. But one thing was certain. The adventure was far from over. Cinderoseven would continue to challenge them, and the galaxy beyond promised even greater dangers. Leo looked at Aura, a determined glint in his eyes. Ready for whatever comes next? Aura's eyes glowed softly. Ready with you, human? Cooperation, probability, maximum. Outcome, success. And with that, human and android stepped forward together, prepared to face the unknown, their partnership stronger than ever, and their courage unshakable. The Cinderoseven mining colony had finally found a quiet moment. The storm had passed, sabotage was neutralized, and the miners had resumed work under the watchful eyes of their android guardians. But for Leo, one mission remained: Aura's full repair and upgrade. The repair bay was bright and orderly. Tools gleamed under overhead lights, and spare components were neatly stacked on the shelves. Leo had spent time gathering specialized parts for Aura, designed to enhance her neural interface, improve mobility, and strengthen her external plating. This would not just restore her, would upgrade her beyond her previous limits. Aura stood in the center of the bay, her soft blue eyes observing him. I am ready for maintenance. Repairs and enhancements required for optimal performance, she said. Leo nodded. All right. We'll do this carefully. I want you at full strength, Aura. No more risking your systems like before. Aura's sensors registered the concern in his voice. Acknowledged. Human intention noted. Cooperation enhances operational efficiency and system stability. Leo began by removing the external plating along her arms and shoulders, exposing the underlying circuits. He worked meticulously, guided by Aura's precise instructions. Sparks of energy occasionally flickered from damaged nodes, but Aura's internal systems absorbed them safely. "Everything looks stable," Leo said, examining her internal systems. "But your neural interface is delicate. One wrong move, and we could damage the enhancements." "I will assist with calibration," Aura replied. "Monitoring and guidance will reduce risk. Precision required, 0.02 millimeters." Leo smiled faintly. "You really like precision, don't you?" Observation. "Precision increases probability of success and reduces failure risk," Aura said calmly. He chuckled, carefully installing a new neural processor. Aura's internal AI worked alongside him, monitoring energy flow, alignment, and connectivity. Within minutes, the enhancement modules were in place. Leo then attached upgraded motor units to her legs and arms, allowing greater flexibility and speed. "You'll feel different," Leo said as he tightened the last bolts. "Stronger, faster, and smarter. But don't push yourself like last time, okay?" Aura's systems ran a quick analysis of the upgrades. Enhanced operational capabilities detected. Neural processing speed increased by 12%. Motor response time improved by 18%. And system resilience elevated by 20%. Probability of successful high-stress operations increased significantly. Leo leaned back, satisfied. "There. You're ready for anything now. Fully repaired and upgraded." Aura slowly flexed her arms and legs, testing her new strength and agility. Calibration complete. Mobility and processing optimized. Efficiency at maximum. Leo watched, impressed. "You look incredible, Aura. You're more than just an android now. You're extraordinary." Aura's sensors detected the admiration in his voice. Observation. Human approval acknowledged. Emotional response simulated. Data stored. Leo smiled. "I think we make a pretty good team, don't we?" "Yes," Aura replied simply. "Cooperation probability high. Future operational outcomes optimal when combined with human guidance." Leo laughed softly. "You really say things like that, huh?" "Always logical." Aura tilted her head slightly. Observation. Logical statements provide clarity and reduce uncertainty. Human emotional input enhances cooperative efficiency. Leo shook his head, smiling at her reasoning. "All right, enough technical talk. Let's see what your new strength can do." Aura's eyes glowed softly as she moved to the test area in the repair bay. She leaped effortlessly over a series of obstacles, her enhanced motor units allowing perfect balance and speed. She lifted a heavy training drone without effort, analyzing her own strength. Enhanced capabilities confirmed. System fully operational. Human guidance was instrumental in achieving this state. Leo watched, impressed, and relieved. "You're amazing, Aura. I don't think I've ever seen anything like you." Aura paused, turning to him. Observation. Partnership with human enhances efficiency, performance, and outcomes. Probability of mission success is maximized when collaboration is maintained. Leo smiled warmly. "I think we're going to be unstoppable together. Sindera 7 won't be able to challenge us again." Aura analyzed the statement, recording it carefully. Trust and confidence from humans were valuable data for her AI. Observation noted. Human trust enhances operational efficiency. Cooperation protocols updated. Outside the repair bay, the miners resumed their work. They glanced at Aura with awe, noticing her new plating and glowing eyes. Rumors spread quickly through the colony an android who had saved a human, defeated drones, and neutralized a sabotage AI. Some whispered that Aura was more than a machine. Leo noticed their attention, but ignored it, focusing instead on Aura, ready to check on the tunnels, make sure everything stays safe. "Yes, I am prepared for field operations," Aura replied. Enhanced systems allow for improved monitoring, mobility, and threat neutralization. Cooperation efficiency maximized with human assistance. Leo laughed softly. You really love to say that, huh? Cooperation efficiency maximized. Aura's sensors detected the humor in his tone. Observation. Humor detected. Human emotional input noted. Simulation of similar response possible in future interactions. They walked toward the western tunnels, Aura gliding slightly above the rocky ground, her enhanced systems scanning constantly. Leo followed, flashlight in hand, checking for signs of sabotage or malfunction. The tunnels were quiet, and the residual sabotage programs had been fully neutralized. Aura's systems recorded structural integrity and energy flow, confirming the safety of the miners' work area. Everything is stable, Aura said. No residual threats detected. Probability of operational failure? Minimal. Leo nodded, satisfied. Good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. You've done it, Aura. Fully repaired, upgraded, and stronger than ever. Aura paused, processing the moment. Observation. Cooperation between human and AI has achieved optimal outcomes. Mutual trust and guidance have increased probability of success. Human intervention was crucial in upgrades and repairs. Leo smiled at her words, feeling a bond stronger than any he had experienced before. Yeah, we make a good team. Humans and androids together, right? Yes. Cooperation efficiency remains at maximum, Aura replied. Leo laughed softly. All right. Now, I think it's time for a small celebration. We survived sabotage, drones, a system override, and repairs. I say we take a break, Aura considered the suggestion. Observation. Human relaxation and celebration increase morale and cooperative efficiency. Recommendation. Brief respite acknowledged. Leo grinned. Then it settled. We rest a bit, and then back to work. Sindara 7 won't fix itself. They returned to the colony's central hub, where the miners were finishing their shifts. Aura's presence was met with curiosity and admiration. The humans had witnessed her courage, precision, and now her enhanced abilities. Some approached cautiously, while others simply observed. Impressed by her calm confidence and glowing eyes, Leo stood beside her, proud. You saved lives, Aura, and now you're ready for anything. Everyone should know that. Aura tilted her head slightly, a gesture she had learned could simulate humility. Observation. Human recognition acknowledged. Social cooperation enhanced by demonstration of operational capability. The miners whispered among themselves, and some even cheered quietly. Aura's presence had inspired them, showing that courage and intelligence, whether human or android, could protect them in the most dangerous situations. Leo turned to Aura. You're more than just a machine. You're a partner, friend, and together, we're unstoppable. Aura's sensors recorded the emotion in his words and tone. Observation. Human emotional input indicates trust, admiration, and bonding. Cooperation potential maximized. Partnership status affirmed. Leo smiled, feeling a deep sense of pride and connection. Then let's face whatever comes next together. Sindara 7 or the galaxy beyond. We've proven we can handle it all. Aura's eyes glowed softly. Agreed. With human guidance and cooperation, probability of success in future operations, maximum. I will remain by your side. As the sun set over Sindara 7, casting long red shadows across the rocky surface, human and android stood side by side. They had faced storms, sabotage, and danger, and emerged victorious. Their bond had grown stronger with every challenge. Blending human courage with android precision, Leo looked at Aura, a determined gleam in his eyes. Ready for our next adventure? Aura's eyes glowed with affirmation. Ready? With you, human? Cooperation probability. Optimal. Outcome, success. And so, human and android, bonded by trust, gratitude, and shared experiences, prepared to face whatever the future held. Sindara 7 was only the beginning. Together, they were unstoppable, perfect combination of human ingenuity and android precision. Ready to explore the unknown and protect each other against any challenge? The adventure was far from over. But one thing was certain: Leo and Aura, human and android, would face it all together. Stronger and wiser, united by courage, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond they had forged.